Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining me in this video. Still the 8th day of November 2025. Breaking news, Nigerian Shari'ah Court asked Tinubu to immediately sack INEC chairman, Professor Amupitan, over legal brief on genocide. Yesterday, I published a video explaining the details of the legal brief that the current INEC chairman that was appointed by Tinubu and confirmed by the Senate wrote in the year 2020. This legal brief is all about what is currently ongoing in the Middle Belt. And when I read through the legal brief, it was true. Everything he wrote was exactly what happened then and what is happening, because this thing is a present continuous something. It never stopped. So I knew that people will come after him. I was even expecting that the senators will raise objection for them to remove him. You know why? In Nigeria, when you speak the truth, if the truth hurts the establishment, you will go in for it. And that is why every now and then you see them going after Sowore. Every now and then you see them, detaining Nnamdi Kanu, and they think they can do that perpetually, which is not possible. You saw so many people when you check the history of Nigeria, people like Nnamdi, his death ended journalism in Nigeria. After that time, what we're seeing is brown envelope, money journalism. That is what we have in Nigeria after the death of Nnamdi. When you read history of Nigeria, Fela Kuti, the rest of them, once you are speaking through to the establishment, they will kill you. Now, the issue of this Professor Amupitan of INEC chairman, this is where the Shari'ah court and the Shari'ah establishment in Nigeria is going to hear it hot. Which right did the Shari'ah Council or Shari'ah court, Shari'ah establishment, is Nigeria a Shari'ah state? I've been warning people right from time. They think that what I've been saying for years, that is a joke. People think that is a joke. What voice does Shari'ah Council have in Nigeria to ask them to, sack INEC chairman? Now, let me shock you. You have been seeing what Tinubu wrote before. Tinubu himself went to the United States of America. You saw what Tinubu wrote, that Christians are being killed. Why can't Shari'ah court or Shari'ah Council, why can't they ask Tinubu to resign? No, let's dig deep into this. Let them ask Tinubu to resign. Let them call Atiku, who also told them that there is a Christian genocide. Let them call Muhammad, that told them that there is a Christian genocide. Why focusing on Amupitan? Oh, probably he is a Christian. No, that is it. Probably because he is a Christian. Your Muslim brothers like Tinubu and so on and so forth, who said that we have Christian genocide. Oh, are you going to come after the UN? Why is it that everybody is even ignoring UN resolution on sectarian killing in Nigeria? Why is it that everybody is ignoring the UN, records, which shows that they are sectarian killing targeted at Christians in Nigeria? Why are people ignoring the threats of Boko Haram to exterminate and wipe away Christians from northern Nigeria, the ultimatum they give them? Why is it that everybody is just ignoring the fact? We are living in a perilous time in Nigeria. Don't let anyone to deceive you. Everything or anything that will happen in Nigeria now will determine what the future will hold for generations to come. If people did not fight this war of terrorism being sponsored by elite in Nigeria, so-called elite in Nigeria, you will see that generations to come, they will forget about your history, they will wipe away everything about you. What Britain did in Nigeria is what these people are about to do, but in a callous way, in a barbaric way, in a barbaric manner, in a forceful way with gun and bullet and machete. This is a war that people are facing. And when I look at people, the reason why they keep on clapping people who want to become, good in Nigeria down, the reason why you can't vote for someone and win, and the person will win an election without the establishment backing him, is because of this. Because if someone comes to power through the masses, the person is going to dismantle everything, but they will not allow it to happen. That is why Nigeria will never work. Nigeria will never work. You see, all these things I'm telling you, people, I want you to always save it, because 15 years to come, 10 years to come, people will remember, oh, this guy said this. Nigeria can never work like this. No. See, these people are determined. They are determined that this Nigeria, this country must belong to them with gun. They will do it with gun. How many of them have they charged to court? Mietiala leader who said he's sponsoring the bandits, their leader. DSS detained him, they charged him for treason. The following day, they released him. The powers that be that are controlling Nigeria. See, if we keep quiet, you will not have a place to raise your generation. Ask people in Plateau, ask people in Benue, and you think it's going to end in Plateau and Benue? These people are not just terrorists. According to, is it a quote attributed to Garbachev, he said that these people are freedom fighters of the North. Buhari said that any attack on these people is attack on the North. Everything Buhari said is materializing now. You can see it that Donald Trump said, I'm coming to wipe out these terrorists. It becomes a threat to them. They are now protesting. They are now everywhere. They are saying no, 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 and so on and so forth. The same US that these people were running to remove Jonathan. See, if you understand Nigeria, you know you are not normal. It is people like us that are not normal that understand this country very well. People that are normal can't understand this country because this country is not normal. It's not a normal place. It's not a real place. Guys, what has been put in place in Nigeria, if it is on food, now, ask Sultan of Sokoto, why did he said that the issue of banditry will take decades? A decade is 10 years, but decades plural, meaning from 20 years onward. So if it will stop at all, it will take decades. I want you to read meanings to what these people are saying. You don't have a place anymore. Forget about they are not killing in your place. See, if this pressure Donald Trump is putting or the intervention Donald Trump wants to do, pray that it doesn't fail. If it fails, you will see, like I used to tell you people, though, for those of you who have been following me before, that's 4 months, that's 5 months. Remember, I have been telling you and predicted that 2026, that the way these people will come out in the town, in the cities, okay? Military will see them, military will run. Police will see them, police will hide. Like, you people don't know what is prepared. So, it's unfortunate that a so-called secular state that has never been secular, the Shari'ah Council is dictating whom to remove from office and who not to remove from office. All these things, in a normal situation, it's not supposed to concern me. But I'm saying it for posterity's sake, for people to remember that, yes, I was told about what is happening now, and this will come to pass in the nearest future. Now, let's look at this article. It reads that the Supreme Council for Sharia in Nigeria, SCSN, has called on President Bola Tinubu to immediately reverse the appointment of the newly inaugurated Independent National Electoral Commission Chairman, Professor Joash Ojo Amupitan. The Shari'ah Council's call on Saturday follows SaharaReporters' exclusive report that revealed that Professor Amupitan once authored a legal brief in 2020 containing report of Christian genocides. SaharaReporters had on Thursday exclusively obtained the report titled Nigeria Silent Slaughter, where the senior advocate of Nigeria in his legal brief called for urgent intervention to stop what he termed pogrom and attacks against the Christians and minority groups in Nigeria. Amupitan, recently appointed by President Bola Tinubu to head the country's Electoral Commission, had titled his contribution legal brief Genocide in Nigeria, the implication for the international community. The document was published. The document was circulated all over the world. In fact, I never knew about this report. Let me state it clear. I never knew about this report until recently. So I started going to I started googling it. I discovered that many international communities had published the report in the year 2020. So the report had gone viral. So when you look at what is going on in Nigeria, don't think that the world don't know. They are playing politics. It's because of interest that make the world not to talk. I used to tell you people, law does not exist on earth. Law does not exist. It is interest that exists. It is interest. So if your interest is this, you protect it. That is what is going on. This is a crazy world. We are living in a crazy world. Tell me, will Tinubu heed to what these people are saying? Like I said, if Tinubu heed to what this Shari'ah Council said, meaning Tinubu should resign automatic. Okay, even though I'm not interested in the election, I'm not interested with all these shenanigans because I know that solution will not come from there. But we are trying to set the record straight.
The reason why America is saying what they are saying today is the request from the victims, the affected Christian dominated victims of the attacks from these Islamic fundamentalists. They went to United States and complained. After complaining to their state or nation, government to protect them, and they refused to protect them. They rather told them to go and live in peace with them. How can you live in peace with your enemy? The enemy that you don't have the same ideology. There is a clash between the Christian and the Islam. Islam wants to overrun the Christians in that particular area. Remember, Trump has a target. It is the killing of the Christians in this particular area, the Middle Belt. That is where Trump has his concern, not the other place. The other place can come later on. You understand? So the reason why this thing is happening today is because of the inability of the nation, the Nigerian government, to curtail the excesses of these foreign jihadists that want to come into Nigeria, make Nigeria their own. In the process, they would displace the indigenous people and take over the land, as it is evidently proven in some of the videos that you have seen. Look at them. Look at them. And these are some of the things that people will come out and tell me that it is not just Christians that are being killed. We're being killed as well. Why are they not speaking up for themselves? Why haven't they gone to America and pleaded with America? If the Muslims are also included in the killings, yes, as alleged. If America intervenes to solve the problem that the Nigerian government has refused to solve over time, won't the Muslims also benefit from it? That is my question to them. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Wimbo, we are getting there. Now, you have been you serve 18 years. 18 years is not 18 months. 18 years is not 2 years. You served 18 years, with Nigerian Army. And what are your experiences, if I may say, during the course of serving Nigerian Army? I believe you fought terrorists, because all these things has been like this right from time. What are your experiences? Do you think that they are complicity when you were fighting all these terrorists in Nigeria?
Mazi Okocha, with all due respect, what the Nigerian people are experiencing right now is not what we experienced during our own time. Let me tell you this. Despite that Gowon, ex-president Gowon, was the one that introduced Nigeria into the Organization of Islamic Congress in 1970 something. That was in the 70s, in a position they call observatory rule. It was Gowon that sent Nigeria to that OIC. And I think in 1985, it was IBB that, as a permanent member of the Organization of Islamic Congress. You see, and you know that once you become a member of a particular group, you attend to observe all the tenets. But do you know the reason why the Nigerian army that was, ruling the country at that time did not do it? Because they recognize, you see, we recognize the secularity of Nigerian system. We believe that there are Christians and there are Muslims. This problem weren't there. They were there even before I joined the army. They were there before I joined the army. There were religious attacks and religious, that were going on. Christians, Islam, and so on and so forth. So it was there, but it couldn't come out or pronounced the way it is pronounced now. In 1999, that is the reason why I will continue to blame Obasanjo, because it was Obasanjo, the President Obasanjo, that allowed these people to introduce Sharia from Zamfara State by one Mr. What is his name? Ahmed Yerima. That was the foundation. That was the beginning. January 2000. That was the beginning of what you are seeing today. It is a spiral effect of the establishment of Sharia that is now coming down, trickling down to what you are seeing today. Then you see them now coming to observe and uphold the tenets of it. Today, you cannot open a bar drinking alcoholic beverage in Kanu, it will be destroyed. That is the tenet of the Sharia law. So you can do that. But you are a secular state on paper. But the on practical experience, the army wasn't as bastardized during our time as it is right now as I'm talking to you. You have a government that has willfully introduced those that are fighting you, those that have different ideologies. You have reconciled them, called them repentant, brought them into the... Did you remember a few weeks ago, some soldiers were campaigning not to work with the repentant Boko Haram? Why will you work with people that will give out information when you are going to attack their colleagues? Do you think that it will work? How will you give and prepare a person that has been fighting you for quite some time weapons to go and guide the people that they have been fighting against? Does that make sense? It is the inability. Nigeria has a way of creating a problem and is trying to solve the problem. They make more mistakes. And that is what we are seeing today. Thank you.
All right, sir. All right, there is another thing I want you to touch tonight. Your colleagues in the army, sir, they came, especially this chief of army officer that left now. They said even though they deployed the whole military in Nigeria to Plateau or to Benue, that they can't solve the problem in Nigeria because they are underlying issue. You as a military man, sir, when the chief of army staff said that the army in Nigeria, the soldiers in Nigeria can't solve these killings, that they are underlying issue, I want you to touch light there because most people who have reached out to me, who are saying they are in support of this invasion because the military, the police, the DSS have said they don't have the capacity to tackle these insurgents. And the government is telling us that these terrorists are foreigners. So this is the bone of contention where so many citizens are now in alliance with what the US are saying. How can you, talk to us about this? Because it's confusing.
Sir.
Yeah, I can hear you.
That is shameful to,
The network has started disturbing us.
I think he's a lieutenant general. It's very, very shameful. It's better. Okay, can you hear me now? How is it now?
Yes, yes, we can hear you now.
How is it now?
Fine.
Okay. Is it not the same military? I think it is shameful to, to hear such thing coming up from a chief of army staff, COAS, and a well-decorated military general. Did Nigeria not perform well in the 80s when we were participating in the United Nations peacekeeping force in the United Nations? The best, as at that time, go and check the history. Go and check the history. In the Congo, in the 60s, they participated and they behaved well. In Liberia, which I took a call that just dropped in right now. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, we can hear you. You say you participated in Nigerian military operation in Liberia. Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. Are you there?
Okay. Okay. Now,
the call is still coming in. I needed to hear something about your participation about this military operation in Ekomog. Since you are part of the soldiers who went there for operations, I want to hear one or two things there so that we finalize with you on this. Are you with us, sir?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me? Thank you. Where did I start?
Okay, about your military operations when you were in Nigerian army that you went to Liberia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we performed well in Liberia. The peace that the Liberian people are enjoying today was as a result of the leadership of the Nigerian military, after the leadership was taken away from a Ghanaian major general that under his watch, late President Joe was killed. Immediately Nigeria took over. We performed so well. Yes, there were so many disturbances and some, ugly things that happened there. But overall, we performed well. We performed well in Liberia. In Sierra Leone, the same thing. What about United Nations Peace Protecting Force in Yugoslavia, which Nigeria took part in? Were we not the best? Let me say, the 95, 96%, 90% of, reason itself for our outright performance in Yugoslavia. Today, you have peace in Yugoslavia, Mr. Marcel. You have 7 countries now that are living in peace. I do not know if there are inherent problems within them. You see, they left. The same Nigerian government. Why is it so difficult for the Nigerian army to take care of the problem that is right behind their house? What is the problem? Are we talking of funding? Are we talking of vested interest in the attacks? Are there other interests vested in that is going on in these areas? Is that what we are looking at? If the chief of army staff will come and tell us that it is, can you hear me?
Yeah, you are in the best position to tell us the reason, because you served them for 18 years.
Yeah. You see, so if the chief of army staff will come now and begin to tell us that they are unable to take care of these ragtag elements, I beg to differ with him. If he comes out and tell me that it is as a result of funding that they are unable to accomplish the task and take these people out of that space, then I will understand. And remember what Abacha said: if any insurgency lasts for more than 1 week, the government of the day is involved. And that is exactly what Tiwa Danjuma told us. If the government is not involved, if there are no vested interests from the higher authorities, must call them out. Okay? So these things will not be happening. Interventions trying to make if you listen to one of my senior colleagues, retired, Kunle Olawumi, he said the same thing. And the reason why we are saying this is because there are some people in Nigeria that still believe that there is a better Nigeria ahead. As long as you have these teething issues within, you will never have a better Nigeria. Rather, they will give you the peace of the grave. That is how it is. And that is what I will tell you here. Thank you.